Birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai. Call Halal Wahawa, Allahayna, Yahweh Bashem Yal Shai, Bashem Kakadash. Bless you, Yahweh. Bless you in the name of the only God and Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. All praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh Bashem Yal Shai, Bashem Kakadash. Yahweh being the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, uttered in the Paleo Hebrew and the Lashon Kodash, which is the Holy Tongue, which means He is, or He exists, or He to be. Hashem is in the name. Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father. That's his only name in the Hebrew. All right, which is Yahweh Shai, which means He the Deliverer. Bashem Kodash, the name of the Spirit, holy. She had the ability to understand these scriptures due to the multitude of angels that assist us with the understanding, given from the sanction of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that sups with us. So Shem Yahweh is a Mafpa, my young God, Waller Akab Machana from the Great Millstone Camp, specifically Plaintables by a yard in the city of Philadelphia. I am Lamadi Ma'ite. Come on, lesson, or we lesson. Skipping meals and shrinking portion. Brits are being warned of apocalyptic food price rises. Not only in Britain, but also the world in general. You have it 1/4 in this other article. 1 in 4 Britons skip meals due to inflation, survey shows. All right, and I could already tell you with myself, my spending habits have definitely changed as these different prophecies have progressed. Of course, we have to suffer different straight dangs and stuff, position of difficulty. But ultimately, if we of the elect, the Lord is going to continue to sustain us, all right, no matter what. Which, through the Spirit, I have a brief little testimony, something that happened recently. So the other day, at my job in the morning time, I seen a raven, and I heard them actually, make the hawk, that sound they make, that hawk. That deep voice, and I never forget that that cry out, because there were some ravens that happened to stay about at my work yard at the plantation or the Shaddai, the field, and soon after that, there was a guy that he pretty much left the job, and then obviously you have the twofold. It's twofold because it can be obviously for a good thing, like a lot of people signify seeing different other unclean birds for bad omens and signs, but also it's a good sign too for us as the elect, because Lord willing, we gotta be the elect. I'm gonna put on as the hopefully as the elect, but we say we're the hopeful elect, we in prisoners of hope. But what I was gonna say, we know how I believe one of the prophets, I believe that was Elijah. He was fed by ravens, which is in the Hebrew Irab, which means like evening. All right, when you go into it. Let me see if I can put this in. See that real quick. All right, this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17. All right, and starting at verse 1, it says, "And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, As the Lord Yahweh power liveth of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word." So they put a prophecy right there, which we do to come in the same stead of course, the prophets. All right, and we prophesy, the words of the Lord before they happen. The word of the Lord came unto him, saying, "Get hence, and turn eastward, and hide thyself by the brook of Cherith, that is before Yarden or Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So the Lord actually gave him instruction where to actually go, all right, in a time of a drought. And as you see, he gave the command for actually food to be given to him in the form of ravens, all right, coming forth with it, all right, not that he eating ravens, all right, because that'd be unlawful, all right. So let me see, I can get that. This one precept which I wanted to read is in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 11, which I'm gonna read it just straight right now, just to make things go quicker. It says, wherefore set your affections upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed. Okay, so we set our affections, our cares, or the deepest, most desire on the Lord's words. Hold up, it's like one more. We real passionate about the words of the Lord. Okay. And desire them, seek them, and ye shall be instructed. Okay. So we focusing on the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding. Well, come time when there's a famine and drought, which that's to come. We're not to be worried. We're supposed to be focusing on the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding, because that's what's going to instruct us. All right, do Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and his Malaakim, his angels. All right, Malaakim, what? All right, was his Malaak is angel. Yum makes it plural. All right. So this is 17:5, 1 Kings 17:5. So he went and did according to the word of Yahweh, for he went and dwelt by the brook of Cherith, that was before Yarden or Jordan, and the ravens brought him his bread and flesh, okay, in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening. So he was given both food for morning by Baquar, and also in the evening I rob. All right, and drink of the brook water, man. Okay, and it came to pass after a while that brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. All right, and belonging to some heathen nations. All right. Heathen nation, Zidon, which may be of Ham. Yeah, ancient Phoenician city. Okay, son of Canaan. All right, and a place in Palestine. All right, so told him to go into a whole nother land. Okay. That belongs to I, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. So, going to show you again, like how commands are being put out, and food is being provided. Okay, Job chapter 5, and then we'll get back to some of the lesson. And this is Job chapter 5 and verse 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. All right. We are in the midst of course, these times, all right, which you have at the 7th or the 7th trouble or 7th trump, you'll have the nuclear missiles hit this place. So obviously in the midst, we have the Lord is going to deliver us. All right. There shall no evil touch thee. In famine or scarcity of food, he shall redeem thee from death. And we know having a scarcity of food can lead you to malnourishment and lead thee to complete loss of strength, and you're being without the nutrients and minerals that you need. You could die. All right. But the Lord says He's gonna redeem thee from death. All right, in the time of famine, and in war from the power of the sword. Okay. Skipping down, it says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. It's gonna be much beasts out there, especially when time of much famine. A lot of different beasts out here, just because the whole earth is out of course. Get a lot of their food in these different cities from running inside of these trash bags, these rubbish bags that people leave out. Well, hey, you're gonna have beasts that's starved and hungry. They're gonna start attacking people. The Lord gonna put the spirit of vengeance on these different beasts too, to be bringing judgment on different people of the wicked. All right, but this the judgment, these judgments of famine, death and such, and sword and such. These were created for the wicked. You all right? As the scriptures say. So so like you got it back with in Kings, how he was being sustained by not only a raven, but also then was told to go to another place when things dried. No, the brook dried up, but also told to go to another place. He was get sustained by a woman, a widow, woman that without a husband. So he arose and went to Zarephath, and he came to the gate of the city, and behold, the widow woman was there gathering of sticks, and called to her and said, and he called to her, fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel that I may drink. And as she was going to fetch it, he called her and said, bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, as the Lord power liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal, and a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. Behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in to dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. All right. And then you go, I believe in this this whole thing where he actually raised the child from the deed, having spiritual power. But also let me see if I read back on this. It says here, I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 13, Elijah said unto her, fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and thy son, and for thy son. For thus said the Lord power of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of the oil fail, until the day that the Lord sendeth rain upon the earth. So, hey, that oil, all right, and that meal not going to waste. That means what? Let's continue. And she went and did according to the sayings of Elijah, which was forgiven by the Lord to Elijah. And she said, and he and her house did eat many days. So look, for many days, okay, they didn't have to worry. All right. And the barrel of meal was wasted not, neither did the cruse of the oil fail. Okay, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by Elijah. Okay, so the Lord is going to give us the actual instruction. All right, let's go to what that word fail mean. You got chasar in the Hebrew, which meaning, chasar is going into to not be in need of, like you had the Hebrew word or the prayer. In Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It says, And there Yahweh la khasar. I and khasar is to basically be in need or needing or want. All right. So the food the meal didn't fail, nor neither did the was it that crude the oil whatever. Okay, that means the Lord sustained them. Okay, and she only had a wee bit, and she thought that little wee bit, obviously on her own, but hey, if it wasn't for Yahweh Shem Shah, through Elijah, hey, she probably wouldn't been sustained, but she was sustained for, of course, the sake, obviously, of Elijah. All right, the will of the Lord. Okay. This is Psalms 147:9. He giveth to the beasts his foods, and the young ravens which cry. All right. No, the Lord do give the food his provide for the animals, and also we're known as beasts too in the scriptures. You read that as well too. Men are as like beasts, Ecclesiastes. All right, but the Lord sends, of course, provisions and for the earth and for those who He seeks, that to have mercy upon and such. All right. So He's gonna do the same for us. So going back to my whole testimony, you had it where I came to my house and I seen like a bunch of, well, it wasn't a bunch, but it was at least 2 bags to raise alarm. I'm like, what's these 2 bags of food? And it was in front of my basically at front of my door, my place, apartment. And then I'm like, I see, look in there, you can see parsley, you can see onion, you can see squash, you can see eggplant, banana. You had in another bag, you had you had eggs in there too. And then also you had, I guess some type of it was like a blend of something, like some like kind of like a soup or something like that. But then you had like other non-perishables, like you had like dry noodles, pasta sauce, I think like some peanut butter, and it had some pasteurized milk or something like that, the one that doesn't have to be stored refrigerations before opening. So that was in a bag. So I'm like, anytime I see something that's in front of my door, I'll look, that's not mine, I'll look around and about like, yo, like, who is this stuff? Is it for the other people next door or something? And I know that the people next door, you got Ephraimites and some other type, they might be Israelites and too, but they I don't know where they from. They live next door to me. And then I got like this probably Israelite foreigner, heathen, or she could be a heathen, Ivory Coast, so she could be Jake. But anyway, she lived upstairs above me. So I seen it, and then I just like looked through it. I was like, oh, should I take it? So then I ended up casting a lot. And then the lot fell that not to take it, right? So I just left it there, and then the next day, what happened was I opened my door, and the food was actually in front of my door inside of the common entryway. I believe possibly what may have happened is that the neighbor, the chick upstairs, might have put it right there from basically probably thinking that it was like literally like I left it out there or something like that. Because I did leave my bag out there at a point too, and then I ended up basically just taking it in and sorting through it, and judging through the spirit that the Lord want me to have this, whatever bits was in there, and that I wanted, and that was it, because as you see, the prices are up, so hey, I just seen it as the sign of the raven, and seeing like that bag appearing out of nowhere and stuff like that, and also to even make it even more spiritual too. Yeah. On a funny tip, you know how the scriptures say how their hand shall seek to please the poor in Job, wicked basically, they gonna seek to please the poor. Well, yo, it actually is the people, whoever this food bank or whatever organization is actually of Amalek. All right, they actually because where I live, I believe it's it's supposed to be a lot of maybe like Eastern Europeans, different you know like some so-called small hats around and stuff, you know. But yeah, so yeah, so that was like the thing, and I had some organic bananas in there and stuff. So hey, I just judged it out. The Lord, gonna provide. Just like a another faith booster and stuff. So yeah, just going into this. So I want to go into pretty much this part 2 of the lesson. So you guys skipping out meals and shrinking portions. Brits, all right, are being over there in Britain. Really going back to Bara Yath, which goes into covenant, which is original, pertaining to the covenant are the Israelites. All right. It says the findings come after the banquet ending of England. Governor Andrew Bailey pointed to a forthcoming apocalyptic afoot. All right. So you got the apocalyptic outlook for customers, more than 4 and 5 so look, more than 4 and 5 people actually in the UK are worried about rising living costs. You got rent going up and all of that, and their ability to afford basic necessities like food and energy in the coming months, right? And a survey, and this is their bottomless pit over there in Europe, right? Because Britain is just an island over there. And a survey, 2,000 Britons conducted by Ipsos, the Sky News, 89% said that they were concerned about the cost of living crisis would affect their country or the country as the whole over the next 6 months, while 83% were concerned about their personal circumstances. So people are already worried, okay? Most people are worried over there, okay? So that pride is being brought down. It says, while the picture was broadly similar nationwide, those on lower wages were actually worried, right? And most of them people usually on lower wages would get like different government, assistance and stuff. But still, like, hey, it could be not enough, right? The Lord bringing a lot of things to fail, all right? Which the Lord gonna bring all these different, these, as it's saying Isaiah 32, a lot of these women receive it. They gonna lament for the teats, a lot of these different government programs, social programs that help, assist those that are, in hardship. With more than half of those earnings under $25,000 in American, or this is 20,000 pounds sterling, right? And describing themselves as very concerned about how they would make ends meet this year, and compares to the 2 and 5 of those earning 55,000 pounds sterling or more. Major British caterer said separately Tuesday that schools are now facing difficult decisions to whether they reduce the meal sizes or lower the quantity of ingredients amid surging prices. I'll tell you one, they'll do both. Okay, they'll break down that and start skimping it on different ingredients to make whatever within their budget to work. Because they, within their budget, they can only allocate, what means within that parameters of the budget, and if they can't, they're gonna have to cut back. Okay, apocalyptic price hikes. Okay, they're blaming the whole rising prices over the war with Ukraine. All right, which is like the breadbasket of Europe, along with Russia, the wheat and agriculture goods and such, were a real worry for Britain and many parts of the world. Okay, so they're in Parliament are talking about sorry for being apocalyptic for the moment, but that is the major concern, he said. Yeah, and look, anything talking about apocalyptic to reveal is biblical. Okay, as they know, the Bible speaks about famine, as Yahweh Shai talk about famine and earthquakes in diverse places. All right, it says barely added that such external factors would cause a greater impact on the price increases than on recent forthcoming interest rate hikes. The central bank chief, who spearheaded 4 consecutive interest rate hikes since December, dismissed suggestions that policymakers should have acted sooner to quell the inflation. And the money is losing its value. All right, it would be surprised to see food price inflation over the course of the year, warning towards 8 to 10%. British grocery store inflation hit 5.9% in April, highest since December of 2011. And according to the market researchers Kantar, that was wider UK inflation hit 30-year high of 7% last month, and amid energy costs. All right, British retailer Marks and Spencer, I've been there before in Scotland, warned on Tuesday that food price inflation could soar further than 10% by the end of the year. Wait till the hyperinflation then. It wouldn't be, yeah, so that's that quote up there. Food scarcity fears mount. Food scarcity concerns have been mounted over recent months as the war in Ukraine has exacerbated the existing food supply chain issues. Ukraine, seen as the breadbasket of Europe, has been unable to export grains, fertilizer, vegetable oil, and amid conflict, while ongoing fighting has destroyed crop fields and disrupted regular harvests. Okay, MHP, a large producer of exporter of chicken in the Ukraine and major supplier of grain and sunflower oil, said that Tuesday that the current situation meant in an agriculture crisis. I've never seen anything like this. Okay, so we have the pestilence, we've got war, we got the zero policy with China, the pestilence, which have made freight just about impossible, and we got climate change, right? And they don't think all this is sustainable, so they're gonna come with draconian laws, making it difficult for you to get what you normally would be able to get, and that's gonna change. All right, United States and European Union, all right, all part of the beast, which America rather scarlet colored beast. All right, you got the 10 horns, European Union, EU, right? Said over the weekend that they are looking to how they can improve the food chains, supply chains. It comes after India announced that they got a ban on wheat exports. They keeping it for themselves. All right, they going crazy over there. They coming at the politicians. So this other thing, it tells you also that freight, all of that is going up, right? Is trucking stocks massacred after Target warns $1 billion in incremental freight costs. Yeah, to transport all these goods and stuff. When you have it with the energy, forms of oil going up. Hey, the consumer is gonna have to pay to get these things. All right, and these different stores are still pushing them in. Read this comment, backstabber. They rely on cheap trucking, but now that the freight rates are coming down due to dislocation of products at ports, many independent truckers are now going broke. So many this demand destruction is a good thing. We might have diesel available since there ain't so many trucks on the road. Fewer trucks means less commerce. Less commerce means less cash flow. Less cash flow means less need for you. Less need for you means likely you keep your job. Diesel isn't the problem, but the globalists are the problem. You have it where people got these different opinions. People not organizing and tearing them down is the problem. Hey, you see, you got people literally suggesting to come against their government. But that's all that. All of this is biblical prophecy. All right. So, this is another precept I'm just gonna bring out. I'm just gonna call it, This is 2 Corinthians 15 and 13. It says, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with fearful consolation." All right, you have it where people that are farmers and stuff are mourning at this time. All right, and these events and the outlook and stuff. Hey, you got, thanks to war and stuff, and bad catastrophes to the different crops. What weather-wise and such through the Lord, that have made farmers mourn, all right, because they're not going to profit, okay? You have it where if the India is talking about banning wheat exports, in such amount of meat, they got a thing talking about right now where they're talking about we got 10 weeks worth of wheat, and that leaves us around, August. And that's crazy. So more people are gonna be skipping out on portions and skipping meals. All right. But the Lord, he of course said that his servants shall eat, and they're gonna be hungry. They're gonna be thirsty. That's in Isaiah. All right. And it's another one in Psalms that I wanted. This is Psalms 37 and 25. "I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken or left abandoned, nor his seed begging for bread." All right? The Lord is going to sustain us, okay? So though we'll be in straits, the Lord will make ways for us to get it, all right? I could get it through somebody else. If a foot can just drop off out of nowhere and just appear, because there ain't no coincidence. It's the Lord sanctioned for me to have that foot. You know what I mean? Cause come on, man. Who put in the order? Who put in the order for it to be dropped here? Really, Yahweh Shem Shah put the spirit for the food to be dropped here. Lord actually even put how the Lord did it. The Lord put a grocery store right across the street from my house, because the other store I go to primarily, Giant, is their prices are super high already, and I used to go there and spend money there, but times it have it where why spend too much money on it when you can spend less and get more? So that's what I'm doing, and your diet is changed, it's been cleaned up a bit more. You ain't eating too much of that rubbish and all of that, all the prices are up. People not going out and buying, eating out so much. At least I ain't, People, they living for pleasure right now might be hurting, they're gonna hurt now and tomorrow. So anyway, Bakwash are basically demanding, requiring, seeking to face, for bread, for food. Hey, I demand you give me some food now. Government, no, not at all. Lord have it where the food just, I just get broke off. That's like how I like to say, I just get broke off. There's times where, look, I don't even, like I said, I don't have to go and beg for nothing. All right, which I ain't going out begging anyway. But we ain't gonna have it where we gonna have that lack. The Lord gonna deal, all right. And of course, the Lord will bring obviously, a form of testing your faith to see whether you gonna depend on Him. But He gonna provide regardless, okay. So it says that in Psalms 37:28, "For the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. So, hey, the seed of the wicked gonna be cut off. Esau, also wicked of our people will be cut off in these famines and these scarcities of the food, that been created for the wicked. All right, this is Sirach chapter 40:9. It says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and scourge are punishments. These are created for the wicked, and for their sake came the flood. All right, remember, Noah, he was preserved with his family. Noah's his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, 3 sons, their 3 wives, and Noah's wife and himself, right? 8 souls, whatever, right? Yeah. So, for the sake of, these sinners, these wicked, Lord brought destruction, okay? Brought the flood, and the Lord gonna bring the flood of missiles too, and different calamities to this place too. All right, so that's pretty much my lesson through the Spirit. I'll get the servant shall eat. I've been wanting to do this lesson, but I guess through the Spirit, the Lord just hold it back for a little bit, just like a day. Me putting it to do it. This is Psalm 6, or actually Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat. Yeah, the elect, they're gonna eat. But ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All right, we're gonna be glad. That's why we're gonna laugh in famine. Hey, when you seen in the road when they found that bunker full of food, and were not only shielded from weather and different calamity on the outside, being in that bunker. When you watch that show or that movie, The Road, having light and different things, hey, that's how the elect gonna be. Gonna have certain things. The scriptures say also, I was talking about how have you seen Elijah move about, walk to different places? The Lord gave us that instruction through wisdom too. Let me see, I gotta find it. It's gonna be let's see. Alright, let me see something. So when I be seeing them ravens, like I said, I don't be thinking I'm like, I'm like, the Lord dealing with me, man. And that's another thing brothers gotta remember. Damn, what's the precept, man? There it is. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16:40. And it reads, O my people, hear my word. Hear Yahushua. Alright? Make you ready to thy battle. Your battle, man. To thy battle is your battle. The Lord has a specific battle you're going through. A complete, a certain portion, a lot of tribulations that's directly signed for you. So he's telling you to hear his word, all right, so you can get the instruction, so you would know what to do to be ready for the battle, your battle, all right, of Jacob's trouble, the time of distress, Yaakov Tazarah, all right. It says, and in those evils, bad times, be even as pilgrims upon the earth, all right, pilgrims, all right, which means... Which remember, pilgrims, they go about. They don't have a certain judgment. They dwelling. They just go about. All right. traveler. Okay, so you're not just saying one place. You're moving about. Okay, you know, hey, just like when the brook dried up, he didn't just sit there. He was told to go somewhere else. Elijah, well, I got a widow that's gonna sustain thee. And on top of that, he did a spiritual. He did spiritual. He had used spiritual power through the Lord, raised up the chick's son, right, the widow's son, and let me just get that, man. 17. And then also it was said, she put a declaration. The woman, the widow, gave a declaration, right? Which he brought him back to life, revived him, right? And the Lord heard the voice of Elijah, and the soul of the child came into him again, and he revived, all right, or lived, all right, or chayah in the Hebrew, all right, wa ya chayaya, all right, revived, he lived, right, came back to life. And Elijah took the child and brought him down out of the chamber into the house and delivered him unto his mother, Amma. And Elijah said, see, thy son lives. See, look, your son alive, right? Also, look, it said here, even I sojourn. The word sojourn is to be a stranger. Okay. So showing you Elijah was as a pilgrim. All right. In them days, we gonna have to be as pilgrims. All right. So understand these scriptures. And the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know that thou art a man of the Most High, in that the words of the Lord in thy mouth is truth. Okay, some of our people got to see the power, and they going to see the power, especially women being effeminate, like if Elijah like, yeah, see your son alive, right? Yeah, no, so that's a blessing, man. I got truth in my mouth, mouth right there is truth. Pie's mouth, well, I'm not sure if that's a part of it, but let me see. Bob, pa, yaka. Ba in pa's mouth, and yaka is your mouth. All right, Yahweh. Right. Yash, Alahayim, man, God, power, plural. Atha, you, wa, the bar. Say or said, right? That word Yahweh, in mouth, thy, truth. That's it. Know that I'm a man of the Lord. She said that to Elijah. So, hey, man, they gonna see the power when brothers doing these, these things. She wasn't scoffing, like they said, scoffing like, oh, like thinking like, cause the time of Jacob trouble, like I said, these women, that's gonna go into my second lesson. Women of the Lord of the hopeful elect, they're not gonna be sitting there scoffing at you about some. Oh, look, see, you looking for food. No, we gonna be giving instruction, and the woman gonna have the instruction put in her to know to be where she's gonna be. The Lord gonna put it in her to be where she gonna be, and it's gonna happen. All right, the Lord work it out. All right, for you to prepare, so don't worry. So that's pretty much the lesson. Call all you my yap some shot. Going to my second lesson. The Spirit use this as a an inspiration. Nashima. Call all you my yap some shot. All praises to Yahweh Shema Shai Shem Kakadas Allah Yah. Praise Yahweh. Wahala Yahweh Shai. Praise Yahweh Shai. By Shema Kakadas name of the Holy Spirit. Shalom to the elect.